Times Now has accessed exclusive details that PFI, which portrays itself as a charitable society, has been accumulating funds from the Middle East to fuel unrest and violence on Indian soil. The financial links have reportedly been traced to the UAE, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Turkey and Kuwait.
So according to sources in the central agencies, there are certain PFI members who are based abroad have now been found to be sending funds to their NRI accounts in India and subsequently transferring them to the leaders of the radical organization. The same money that has allegedly been used by the PFI to propagate hate and to spread violence.
Okay, we have Akanksha joining us in the broadcast with more details. The money trail was under the scanner of the agencies. Now we've accessed documents which show how they were in fact accumulating funds from the Middle East. Akanksha.
Well, absolutely, and NIA has exposed PFI's terror plot. Big revelations have come in from the FIRs that NIA has registered in the PFI case. It goes on to show PFI's link with Al-Qaeda and foreign entities from Afghanistan as well as Saudi Arabia, how youth used to be radicalized and then sent to Afghanistan for terrorist training. Now, these FIRs that Time Now has accessed shows that how physical camps used to be organized by PFI in the name of karate camps, karate school, and through these they used to be provoked with hate speeches, and by imparting this information about the alleged violence against Muslims in Jammu and Kashmir, and after radicalizing them they used to be sent to Khorasan province of Afghanistan, where they used to be given terrorist training there. And in fact names of 2 telegram channels have also emerged. One is Eagles of Khorasan and another is Hinder Eagle. Now these telegram channels are no more available on this social media platform, but it is the allegation by the NIA that through these telegram channels these youth used to be recruited to PFI and then used to be radicalized, then sent to Afghanistan for further training purposes. These are the overview of the allegations in the NIA FIRs. Now remember, NIA has registered 5 FIRs in this case and has arrested as many as 45 individuals. Now the overview of these FIRs is that how PFI had links with Al-Qaeda and foreign entities from Afghanistan as well as Saudi Arabia, and how these youth used to be recruited to PFI and then radicalized and then sent to Afghanistan for terrorist training.
All right, so what is being said as far as the NIA here is concerned, because Akanksha, this is also comes to a point, that is why the ED was involved when it comes to the case of terror funding cases. Who are these 4 people, prominent people from the PFI? What is being said? How exactly did they use Hawala routes when it comes to transferring money back India, especially when it comes to spreading their propaganda?
Well, a lot of people were also arrested by Enforcement Directorate, and the money trail is also being investigated. In connection with this, we saw how 4 people were arrested by Enforcement Directorate in this case and were produced before the Delhi court, and the money trail as well as money laundering in connection with this is being probed by the Enforcement Directorate. But as far as the terror agency, National Investigating Agency is concerned, big revelations have come in from the FIRs that they have registered. It goes on to expose the terror plot by the PFI and how people used to be recruited, sent there, and of course ED has also been involved in this case, and now it will be seen how the whole money trail as well as money laundering is probed by ED in connection with this case.
Absolutely, absolutely. 4 people under the scanner as well. Akanksha, as far as the source is concerned, what has the NIA found so far about the individuals who are contributing in crores?
Well, as many as you know, 45 individuals have been arrested by the NIA in connection with this case. 5 FIRs have been registered, and Times Now has accessed all of them, which goes on to show how, first of all, around 6 lakhs were given to an individual in Telangana to make a makeshift roof where this camp used to be organized in the name of karate school, where these youth used to be brought in. They used to be radicalized using hate speeches, and then after their radicalization, they used to be sent to Afghanistan for terrorist training. These are the allegations, and these are very grave allegations that have been mentioned in the NIFR. It also
by the NIA, we've seen that happening in Bihar, we've seen that happening in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh as well. Let's get a wider viewpoint here. Why exactly the Gulf and China that has been chosen? If you look at these Gulf countries there, Kuwait, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, Qatar, even China that is said to be involved here. What is now being said that these leaders from the PFI also had visited China there to actually collect funds for the PFI to spread their hate and to their propaganda as well. They were also being funded. These were the Hawala route transactions that is being said through dubious NRI accounts, how they are busy sending money back home so that they can be used as secret donations. Now, what exactly were these secret donations? Let's do another round of graphics, tell you exactly how this modus operandi also worked. This is when it comes to the PFI functionaries there, how they were based abroad, how exactly when it comes to their Hawala transactions and routes, how the money was misused and how it was brought back home in a way to use it as a hate propaganda against the vulnerable youth. We have also seen that when it comes to the indoctrination, several incriminating materials that has also been recovered from when it comes to the raids that had been conducted, pan-India searches that had been conducted. We are looking at the after effects as many of these countries that were said to be involved there when it comes to the money, how it was pumped out there and it was brought back home. Here in India, even the China involvement that is being said, that several of those PFI leaders also visited China in a bid to collect money, what they call as charity, through secret donations that was now brought back and pumped back home into India.
Absolutely. Now, in fact, we also have guests on the broadcast, Binay Singh, political analyst, and we have Ahmad Ayaz, a lawyer, joining us on the broadcast. Ahmad Ayaz, every time an action against the PFI is even discussed, the argument given is that PFI is being targeted for being a Muslim organization. Now, look at the web of this money trail of how they were accumulating funds from Middle East and from China as well. According to the agencies, all of this was being used to further an agenda of terror activities.
There have been many incidents where action happened. But the point is, when it comes to the questions are raised, that definitely there means something is wrong somewhere. If there is really something against the PFI, the way it is being said, I don't think anybody will come in. There are agencies to look into all these things. But the point is why it is so done as if it is all said to be against the Muslims. It should have been, if there was anything such, it should have been treated as a normal activity the way it is being done in other cases. That if
it is a normal activity of a crackdown. People who oppose that bring in the religion card. Mr. Ahmad Ayaz, I'm sure there are multiple organizations that are working for the upliftment of Muslims.
I remember, Swati, Ahmad Ayaz, weren't you talking about when the raids happened, they're saying that this is an attempt to actually target the Muslim community because you didn't clearly mention the PFI there. Binay ji, it seems that he's changing his stand here, especially when it comes to the kind of how crores that is being said was pumped in India, especially when it comes to propagate their hate and their agenda.
You see, PFI has been since long in operation. This organization
nothing has changed nowhere. Everything is at the right place. And our democracy is rocking.
All of a sudden, all these things coming up.
No, and let Mr. Binay ji respond. Ahmad Ayaz ji, let Mr. Binay Singh respond. Yes, sir.
Ahmad ji, nothing is wrong nowhere. Everything is at the right place and our democracy is rocking. And look at the funding pattern. I would like to add some points. After the FCRA new version came into action in 2020, it was implemented. So there were so many routes which were chalked for the fundings which were coming from abroad. So new modus operandi of fundings were adopted. This pocket funding method was used in CA protest, in the farmer protest. Hawala is an old pattern. Hawala is again active. One more thing, the smuggling of natural earth minerals, like what happened in Jharkhand in the last 1 year. PFI is a banned entity in Jharkhand, though 25% of the revenue of the earth minerals theft or earth mineral smuggling, that went directly to the PFI pocket. And PFI is so rich in Jharkhand that now, previously it was taking funds from other states, now it is funding other states. Cattle smuggling is also one of our old modus operandi from where terrorist organizations used to get funds. In 2006, Houthi terrorists were arrested in Lucknow, and the ATS revealed that the cattle smuggling funds were used for terrorist activities. Narco is one of the main businesses from where they are getting funds. FIC and fake currency notes is also one of the funding patterns.
Ahmad Ayaz also wants to come in. Ahmad Ayaz, there are multiple Muslim organizations working for the upliftment of Muslims in the country. Those organizations have not been raided. Why is it that PFI comes under the scanner, whether it's hijab, whether it's anti-CAA protest, whether it's the chopping of the hands of a professor in Kerala, whether it's Bihar, whether it's Hathras?
You see, if PFI is doing certain things as is said about, nobody will come to their defense. Nobody will defend them. The point is the way it is being decided. As if it is only to see that Muslims are debating.
The PFI is not actually the true representatives of the Muslim community there, sir. There will be no victim card here. PFI in its entirety must be investigated. Do you agree to that fact, Mr. Ayaz?
Yeah, we don't say no. Who says that there must not be an investigation, and if there is really certain things have been done, that the law takes own course. But the point is, it is being done in such a way, it is being highlighted in such a way and projected in such a way as to it looks as if the total Muslims are being demeaned.
Terror activities, sir. Why don't you think it would be highlighted, sir, when their vision is itself very anti-India? How they are misusing when it comes to the vulnerable youth, they're indoctrinating them, teaching them the hate propaganda. Why don't you think it should be highlighted?
During COVID, we highlighted that those people staying in the Jamia Masjid also there in Dargah, what you call it,
that is a separate issue.
Then what came out? There
is a separate issue.
They were not allowed to come out.
You're looking at from the religious
there are certain points.
Mr. Ahmad Ayaz, you're looking at from the religious angle. And you're bringing in the religious angle, contradicting yourself, saying that let them investigate, and then you bring in the religious angle all of a sudden. Binay Singh, that I think is the biggest issue, because we don't define what PFI is. PFI has defined itself. They say that they work for the upliftment of the downtrodden within the Muslim community. That's how they represent themselves. You are bringing in the religious angle.
See, what is what?
Just a minute, Mr. Ayaz. Just a minute. Please listen to others also.
It's the agencies to investigate.
Mr. Ayaz, please.
That's the point. Leave it to the agencies, isn't it? All right. Let's get another point of view here. There is a related breaking update that is coming across. Now, what is being said that Maharashtra ATS sources have now disclosed as far as the other big plan of the PFI is concerned. There were many big leaders of the RSS and the BJP on the radar of the PFI, where the union headquarters of Nagpur is said to be on the target list of the PFI. Arunil is joining us with more on this. Arunil, was there a certain hit list there where the PFI apparently miffed with the NIA and ED raids that happened? Were they preparing a certain hit list?
So this is a significant development that we are getting in from our sources from the Maharashtra ATS. The Maharashtra ATS had also nabbed several leaders and workers of the Popular Front of India. After interrogating these PFI leaders, it has been understood by the Maharashtra ATS officers that the RSS headquarters in Nagpur was on the radar of the PFI. Several leaders of the RSS as well as of the BJP were on the hit list of the PFI workers. So an attempt to create law and order situation and also to particularly target certain bodies, especially the organizations like the RSS as well as its offshoot, be it the Bajrang Dal or the VHP. That was being planned by the PFI workers. This we are understanding from our sources from the Maharashtra ATS. Also important development that we understand is that the Dussehra event of the RSS was being thoroughly studied and checked by the PFI head across Maharashtra.
You know, this is in fact a confirmation coming in from the sources in the Maharashtra ATS, because the NIA also during its investigation after arresting 45 PFI leaders said that leaders of a particular community were on the hit list of the PFI. Ahmad Ayaz, is that how so-called organization that works for the downtrodden Muslim individuals within the community functions?
Well, we never say that they are so pious that they must not be doing it. We don't say never. We never said that. But the point is, if that is the thing, let the law take its own course of action. Who stop? Nobody will stop. Nobody comes in. If they may. It is there also to defend themselves. They should be given the proper opportunity to defend themselves. If there is something with them also, it should not happen just because sitting here in the studios we will declare judgment. Point is, let the investigation be done.
We're not declaring judgments here, Mr. Ayaz.
Let the investigation be done.
Especially when it comes to your changing stand. Earlier, you had come out in support of the PFI, sir. Now it seems that the investigation is gathering pace and multiple leaders who have also been placed under arrest. There is a money trail that is also being investigated. You seem to be changing your stand now, sir.
In that case, nobody will say, nobody will come to the defense of the PFI. If they are doing money laundering is there or something illegal activities going on, let the action be taken. Who stops? Let them suffer, whoever is doing wrong. We don't say no. They may be doing, we don't know.
No, would the investigation have consequences, Mr. Binay Singh? Because there have been several instances in Tamil Nadu and Kerala that have been reported of petrol bombs that are being hurled at the BJP and the RSS functionaries, their residences and their offices as well.
Look, PFI, first of all, PFI is not a Muslim organization. It doesn't represent 100% Muslims of this country. Many Muslim organizations, they have, they are opposed to PFI and they have demanded a ban on PFI for the last so many years. So it is wrong to say that it represents the Muslim of this country. The Muslim of this country are peace-loving, they are nation-loving, and they are contributing to the development of this country. And one more thing. True. Look, there are two ideas of India. India 2047, when we are completing 100 years of Indian independence. One idea is of the nation lovers, those who want to remove the badge of developing nation and we want to move into the next league. The other idea is of the PFI 2047. They want to bleed India, they want to disintegrate India, they want to dismember India. And for me and for Mr. Ayaz, time has come to take sides. And I think Mr. Ayaz is a wise man, he's a nation-loving Muslim. And I think he has a stand.
All right, Binay Singh and Mr. Ayaz stay on with us. We're joined by Vinod Bansal on the broadcast. Big breaking input, in fact, coming in, Mr. Bansal. The sources within the Maharashtra ATS confirming that RSS and BJP leaders were on the hit list of PFI. In fact, the headquarter of the RSS was raided by some of their members.
Definitely, you see, they are the terror outfits and it is being established day by day. And we have been saying this since years back. And you see, that's why the government is taking this initiative to nerf them up. अब देखिए कोई नई बात नहीं है. इनफैक्ट जितने भी राष्ट्रवादी संगठन हैं, जितने भी राष्ट्रवादी लोग हैं, या जो हिंदुत्व के लिए, भारत के लिए काम करते हैं, वो सब ऐसे देशद्रोहियों और आतंकियों के निशाने पर हमेशा से रहे हैं. और जिस प्रकार की चीजें अभी रेवलेट हुई हैं, वो तो अपने आप में वही रीअफर्मेशन ऑफ दी फैक्ट्स हैं जो हम बार बार कहते चले आ रहे हैं कि ऐसे आतंकी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को, ऐसे एंटी नेशनल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इमीडिएटली बैन करके.
लेकिन विनोद बंसल जी, आपको नहीं लगता कि बहुत समय से ये मांग उठ रही है और पहले ही कुछ कर लिया जाना चाहिए था केंद्र द्वारा भी? अब बहुत समय बीजेपी को भी सत्ता में हो गया है.
आई डू एग्री विद यू. डेफिनेटली आप पिछली दशक अच्छी तरह से जानते हैं, सिर्फ बीजेपी की बात नहीं है. जो देखो पिछले 70 वर्षों में जिस तरह से मुस्लिम अपीजमेंट की पॉलिसी इस देश के अंदर चली है, जिस तरह से लगातार उन आतंकियों के सजदा करते रहे हैं कुछ नेता, जो पार्टी के अध्यक्ष जो है रात पर उनको नींद नहीं है अगर कोई आतंकवादी मारा जाता है, तो ये सब चीजें बेसिकली आखिरकार किसको प्रोटेक्ट करती है? हु गिव्स देम द कवर फायर ऑल दोस इंटरनेशनल? Actually, as far as the government is concerned, we really have a definitely sure that they will take action. And you see, जब पिछले 70 साल की आप उनको तुलने में थोड़ा समय गवर्नमेंट ने भी एक पूरा एक्शन उस तरह से लिया है कि सारा सब मिट जाती है. The government is taking all precautions before banning them, those donations. But
चलिए विनोद बंसल जी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए. That's the VHP point of view that we are playing out there. But Mr. Binay Singh, let me also bring our viewers up to speed, especially what has happened, especially with those multiple attacks that has been reported in Coimbatore, in Tamil Nadu, in Kerala as well. There was a Aluva unit of the Kerala PFI module, and he came out and gave open threat saying कि हम तुम्हें देख लेंगे, तुम RSS BJP वालों को हम 10 सेकंड में देख लेंगे. You attack us, there will be counter attacks. There are open dhamkis that are now being given.
PFI, when we say that PFI is connected to terrorist outfits, this statement is not so correct. PFI is not just connected. PFI is a terrorist outfit. PFI is not connected to SIMI. PFI is SIMI. After banning of SIMI, they just changed their name and their modus operandi. They have a next generation modus operandi. So you first admit that PFI is not a cultural outfit, or it's not a humanitarian aid organization. That's just a camouflage to fool others and to cheat others.
Well, the NIA has designated them as a radical group, but the rest has to be done by the authorities, by the current dispensation. People may agree or they may not agree with the government's decision, but if there are evidences against the PFI, then the government needs to act. Thank you very much, Binay Singh and Ahmad Ayaz, for joining us. We'll have a quick break.